Thank you so much for joining us. I know that for some of y'all at home, this game might look a little bit foreign, but me and my man Phoenix here, we're going to hold it down and we're going to break down exactly what you can expect from a game like Smash 64. This game's amazing. So let's get to it. Dreamland, we keep it simple in 64. This is the stage that we go to. And Puff versus Falcon. This is going to be an interesting matchup. CTG, of course, repping the Puff, and JayR with the signature Falcon. Let's talk a little bit about how this matchup goes. So Phoenix, what are some of your first thoughts when it comes to these characters?
So CTG thinks that Jiggly is better than Falcon in this matchup. However, JayR recently beat CTG at Hit Stun Force, so he has the advantage coming in, the mental advantage, I'd say.
For sure. And honestly, between the two of them, CTG is very much the world warrior in a lot of ways. He's been traveling so far. He's gone as far as to Beast to play 64, man. This guy is the world warrior, completely traveled, and is, I believe he did get 5th, if I remember correctly. But I know that this guy is a contender. He's one of the best in the business, and definitely one of the best that DFW has to offer, as being shown here. Taunt canceling, of course, being in the game.
It currently ranks 50th in 64 League rankings. He should be going up, I think, when they do the next PR.
Now, JayR, on the other hand, a phenomenal Falcon. But the thing is that when it comes to dealing with a character like Puff, the conversions that you can get if you don't SDI Puff correctly are detrimental. In particular, you can be looking out for CTG, going for those dares, and then looking for up tilt into rest. That is one of the bread and butters, so to speak. But on the other hand, you'll see JayR using up air strings quite a bit, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Up air string sealed with a up B.
There's the nair. This is problematic for Falcon at the edge. Down tilt? No. Down smash. That'll do it again, and that's going to be a wrap. JayR is going to meet his demise a bit early. 2-stock victory for CTG.
So Dylan thinks that Samus is probably the worst matchup for Jigglypuff. One of the worst matchups for Jigglypuff. I don't think JayR is going to go Samus, and he doesn't.
He's very much a character loyalist. He's keeping it up with him. Now, that being said, these guys are homies. They go back. I mean, the thing with DFW is we're a very tight-knit community. We're always at the weeklies together, or it's the fact that when we go out for drinks, we're all hanging out together. It's a lot of love when it comes to our city. Actually, and that was a great example of what you saw that is very prominent in 64, which is Smash DI or Combo DI, however you want to think about it. The fact is that you look at Melee, you look at all these other games, and you have to worry about survival DI. And granted, it's different between Melee and Smash 4, but in 64, don't worry about it at all. Your way of surviving is surviving through Combo DI or SDI. And it's pretty dramatic. So you'll see people, when they play this game, they might kind of wiggle in their seats, or you'll see their hands move significantly faster. It's because they're trying to SDI. And against characters like Puff and Kirby, you'll see Dare being one of their primary tools. And it's really important to see how people SDI in those situations, because you could be avoiding death.
Absolutely, and CTG is one of the best in the game at DI. He himself puts himself in the top 5 in the world at SDI. Sorry, not SDI, DI.
You can, ooh, that's a trade that is not favoring you, my friend. CTG losing his stock here to that trade dare. So JayR is a little bit happy for it, and he's really trying to just cover up as many avenues of approach as he can. The idea being, he wants to look for those up air strings into those dares or those up Bs. But the lightness, the floatiness that can come with Puff has so much survivability. So you have to be smart about how you're comboing your opponent.
I'm surprised that JayR landed on the ground after the left plat there.
Actually, that's one of the things we should talk about as well. You can see Puff has these teleports.
Yes.
Right? Can you talk to me a little bit about how those work? I think it's a combination of, like, I think it's something to do with dash attack and kind of how you mix that into like a
it's a cancel.
Yeah, it's a cancel, right? Which is interesting for how it works with this character. It's kind of one of those, I think if you play Street Fighter, it almost reminds me of like a Kara. Like this idea of moving forward quickly with burst movement. Good nair here. There's the dare. That's going to be able enough to punish, and that's going to put CTG back up again. Whereas previously,
actually, he's down percentage-wise.
You're right. You're definitely right in that regard. Ooh. Okay.
And now he's down to stock.
Now here's the thing, is that 64 very much is this game of touch of death. This is all about finding the right move at the right position. So it's figuring out how can I stack up. Oh, that was good SDI upwards to push himself out of the range of that up B. Here's the back throw. This is exactly where JayR does not want to be against CTG. He is done. Grabbing the ledge, and exactly what we're talking about. The touch of death is real.
I think JayR would actually rather have CTG at a lower percentage right now. It's going to be harder to combo him like this.
Trying to put out those up airs for preemptive hitboxes to avoid the situation. He's going to look for back air as well as up airs.
Ooh,
Hashtag the edge actually is going to probably cost him. One wasted movement can cost you stocks in this game.
That's it.
One more. It's up. Yep, that's it. It was up to CTG on how he would edge guard here and did a great job of doing it, keeping it simple and locking it down. Great work. But also, shout out to JayR, man. This guy, one of the best Falcons in the business, man. I love watching him play.
Kind-hearted gentleman.
Yes.
Best in the scene.
I have nothing but high praise to give to that man.
He deserves all of it.
But as you can see in the back, guys, it's busy here. It's nuts and butts. This is crazy. The turnout that we had, the amount of support that you guys have for this event has been phenomenal. So thanks each and every one of y'all for
How many
tuning in.
thousands do we have here?
Oh, we're going into the trillions.